Have you ever wondered, do fish get thirsty? The concept of thirst is something that many of us take for granted. When we feel thirsty, we simply reach for a glass of water. But have you ever wondered if fish, creatures that spend their entire lives submerged in water, experience thirst in the same way we do? This question may seem simple, but the answer is layered with fascinating biological insights and complex evolutionary adaptations. Here's the science stuff. To understand if fish get thirsty, we first need to define what thirst actually is. In humans and other land-dwelling animals, thirst is a sensation triggered by the brain when the body's water levels drop below a certain threshold. This sensation compels us to seek out and drink water, maintaining the balance of fluids essential for our cells and organs to function properly. Thirst is primarily regulated by the hypothalamus, a small region at the base of the brain that monitors the concentration of sodium and other solutes in our blood. When these solutes become too concentrated, a condition known as hypernatremia, the hypothalamus sends signals that make us feel thirsty. This is our body's way of ensuring that we stay hydrated, which is crucial for maintaining blood pressure, regulating body temperature, and supporting overall cellular function. But what about fish? They live in water, so wouldn't it be weird for them to feel thirsty? Fish live in environments vastly different from ours, and their relationship with water is complex and highly specialized, as it depends on two key factors: the type of water they live in, freshwater versus saltwater, and the physiological processes that allow them to maintain water balance. Freshwater fish live in an environment where the concentration of solutes, like salt, in the water is much lower than in their bodies. This creates a situation where water is constantly trying to enter the fish's body through osmosis, a process where water moves from an area of lower solute concentration, the freshwater, to an area of higher solute concentration, inside the fish. To combat this, freshwater fish have developed the ability to constantly excrete large amounts of very dilute urine. Yes, just like when you pee in a swimming pool. This allows freshwater fish to rid their bodies of excess water. Their gills also play a critical role, actively absorbing essential salts from the surrounding water to maintain their internal balance. Given this constant influx of water, freshwater fish do not experience thirst as we do. In fact, their bodies are designed to get rid of excess water rather than seek it out. For them, the challenge is not about drinking more water, but about managing the water they already have, so they just pee all day and night long. Talk about wetting the bed. So remember that the next time you're swimming in a lake or pond. Saltwater fish face a very different challenge. They live in an environment where the concentration of salt in the water is much higher than in their bodies. This creates a situation where water tends to move out of the fish's body into the surrounding seawater, leading to a risk of dehydration. To counteract this, saltwater fish have developed the ability to drink seawater actively. Yes, you heard that right. Saltwater fish actually do drink water. Their bodies are equipped with specialized cells in their gills that excrete the excess salt taken in from the seawater, allowing them to retain the water they need to stay hydrated. This process is energy intensive, but it's a necessary adaptation for life in such a salty environment. So, do saltwater fish get thirsty? Well, in a way, yes. Their bodies are constantly working to maintain a balance between water and salt, and drinking seawater is a crucial part of that process. However, their sensation of thirst, if it exists at all, would be very different from ours, more likely tied to their need to maintain homeostasis rather than a conscious desire for water. Fish are descendants of the first vertebrates, and their adaptations to aquatic life reflect millions of years of evolution and adaptation. Thirst, as we understand it, is likely a sensation that developed in land-dwelling animals as they moved away from aquatic environments and needed to actively seek out water. For fish, whose ancestors never left the water, the evolutionary pressures were different. Rather than developing a need to seek out water, fish evolved mechanisms to manage the water that constantly surrounds them. Their gills, kidneys, and specialized cells all work in concert to maintain the delicate balance of water and solutes in their bodies, allowing them to thrive in environments that range from the freshest streams to the saltiest seas. So, the final word in this fish tale is that fish do not get thirsty in the way that humans do. Freshwater fish are constantly dealing with an overabundance of water, while saltwater fish actively drink to combat dehydration. The concept of thirst as a conscious sensation is likely foreign to fish, given that their bodies are adapted to their aquatic environments in ways that make seeking out water unnecessary.